and he wants to be the QB for it.
Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, it's Palmer. Underneath for Johnson. Fighting down past the 45. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 68 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Well, let's discuss Detroit as they take the field on offense. Last year, crazy season in the Motor City. Fourth quarter comebacks, 8 of them. They started 1-3, then won 8 of 9 before going 0-4 to finish the year at 9-7. Ultimately, another season without a playoff victory.
In the midst of that 8 of 9 win string, they had 3 straight home games that all came down to the final series, and they won them all. I thought that was the key to their season. Look, we know they can score on offense. Matthew Stafford and his receivers, they can just absolutely light it up. But Detroit invested on defense in the draft. 3 of their first 4 picks, all defensive players. 2 linebackers and a secondary player. I think the key guy out of that might be Teez Tabor, the cornerback they took out of Florida. They've got to slow down some of those high flyers in the NFC North.
Here's Stafford now on second down. A dump off for Abdullah. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, Stafford able to shake him off. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Kimdichie able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. On second down, here's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Monday. Out of the gun, Stafford. This will complete to Theo Riddick. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back near the 42. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Monday. 40 got. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Hassan Reddick, the rookie from Temple. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. Third and long. long. It's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An update from Buffalo. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. Caught left side, Williams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down now after the pass completion. Out of the gun, Palmer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 3rd and 1, it's Palmer. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Oh, twisting away. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They go to Johnson again. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10:20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
To throw is Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he is knocked down from the side. Right there around the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On first down, Abdullah. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw on second down, Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Charles, as the Cardinals come out, let's take a look back to last year. They came in with Super Bowl aspirations. They had won 10 or more games 3 straight years. They wound up finishing with the number 9 overall offense, the number 2 overall defense, but they did not make the playoffs.
That just tells you that sometimes statistics don't tell the total tale, right? Let's take the defense. Number 2 overall.
David Johnson on his way. The 40. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Flush to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, 75 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, Palmer. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On third down, Palmer. And he's got Gresham. And he goes out right around the 39. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here we go with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. The shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, Stafford here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Now he steps away. And the pressure gets to him again. Corey Peters. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Shift together here from the D-line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Chad Williams, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So 2nd and 10 here. To throw again, Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Just 1 yard to go here on second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 66 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. The carry here for the big tight end. He finds an opening past the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for the Lions. 59 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. From the gun, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And Charles, after an injury-plagued season a year ago, nice to see him get back into the end zone here in week 1.
You know as well as I do, chomping at the bit. I mean, all off season, wanting to get back in form, get back on the field, show that production that he had previously, and getting into the end zone, that's a big statement for him.
It's going to be just like a breath of fresh air. Like, here we go, last year behind me, let's move forward.
Good point. Shed it and move on.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential. He's realizing it here.
And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Haloti Ngata with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. On second down, Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Palmer will throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. DeAndre Levy in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
They start the drive with Abdullah. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run with Abdullah. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Throwing is Stafford. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Stafford, and he connects with Ebron. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Stafford on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. That'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw, Stafford, eluding the pressure right. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's a screen to Abdullah. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jared Davis, the rookie from Florida. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Play action. Now Palmer. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Palmer. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amir Abdullah, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Palmer gives to Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Palmer. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And Detroit getting set to go now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. 2nd down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
But you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Riddick. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford out to the flat for Riddick. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following the busted contact. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. From the 50, Stafford. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Stafford looks to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Ready? Big 20, big 20. Hey, 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On first down, it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw. He hits Riddick underneath. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. To throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
They are in the 4th and Buffalo. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Shift together here from the D-line. Andre Ellington, his first carry. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now it's Palmer. Caught left side, Williams. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? This is Ellington. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Again, they run with Ellington. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it's good! And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And the Cardinals win it. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Cardinals, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.